Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to continue with the individual tarot readings for BTS members. Today is B's turn, Taehyung's turn. So let's see a bit what this tarot spread has to say about how he's doing and the energies available for him in the next 6 months. So let's start with the Two of Cups, the Eight of Cups, the Tower, King of Cups, the Hierophant in reversed, Four of Swords, Two of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Page of Cups in reversed, and then I pull an extra card from the Oracle of Healing Yourself, and the card that came out is Alchemy. So we are starting with his energy actually being very emotional. And actually, I think that Tay energetically, always for me, it's a kind of mystery because he is a Capricorn with a moon in Aries, and I think that he is the water element. It's missing in his birth chart, so I don't know his rising. Probably he could have a water rising, but I do not know that. So I think that for him expressing emotions, it's not easy, especially being a Capricorn and always looking like you have everything under control when actually you don't. I'm a Capricorn myself, so I know that for sure that people do perceive us like we do have this kind of confidence, or maybe that we seem very stable. And actually, sometimes we do have our moments where we do not want to be stable, where we do not want to be so hardworking or so focused on goals. Like, like every time I read about Capricorn energy, I just want to scream sometimes because I think that there are some traits that are so outdated, and that are so like not true. I think that we Capricorn are not that stuck, like they always say that we are really hardworking and that we are always after our goals and that we are very like ambitious. And yes, we are ambitious like just like everyone else, but I mean, we are very selective about what our goals are, and we do have our days where we feel like we don't want to work or we don't want to put the effort. So I think that those kinds of things are very, it's like it's a kind of a stigma, and it adds a lot of pressure to the person. That's why I became an astrologer, to actually see beyond and see other planets and see other influences only than the sun sign, because sometimes it can be a bit like you don't feel represented by these energies. And those general characteristics that are so boring actually. So if we think about that and his moon in Aries, that I always see Tae's moon in Aries whenever I see him. I think that he is a fighter in life, obviously. I think that he must have had like a really tough beginning in life when it comes to receiving love, because when you have a moon in Aries, it also represents that probably your mom, your vision of your mom, it's for her to be a fighter herself, and an independent figure, an independent woman. Probably not someone that is very emotional and affectionate, but someone that is very courageous and that it just goes out in the world to provide for you, and also that teaches you to be strong and to be a fighter as well. But I think that for a child to be a child need to be nurtured, and sometimes we Capricorn people, we feel really lonely. Sometimes we do not know how to ask for emotional component that we want so bad and that we do not know how to ask it, because we do feel weird asking it. And sometimes when people, I don't know, are very like affectionate, sometimes we do not know how to take it, because we are very awkward in that sense. We need someone to guide us almost, so we can relax a bit when it comes to opening up to others. And I think that he is going through a moment where he's walking away from a connection. I don't know if it has to do with the past relationship that he had, or probably it talks about the way his relationship with others. I think he's walking away from relationships that he had in the past, or friendships that he had in the past, or probably, I don't know, the members, the other members, it could be too. He's walking away from the way he was expressing his love and from the way he was giving that love. I think there's something in him that he needs to separate himself from this situation and from this connection in order to start all over, and also to figure out what he wants, because I think that he's someone that definitely has a lot of love to give, and he wants so bad to be loved and accepted. But sometimes things don't work out. Like I said, sometimes it seems like people don't get our what we want, or probably, I don't know, our body language is too confusing. I think he wants to start over. I think that there's something about Tae's relationships, and I have seen this also with Jimin. I think that the two of them are actually the two members that always struggle when it comes to connection with others, in the sense that they don't feel secure in those relationships, that they don't feel 100% supported or accepted for who they are. So somehow they need to walk away. And I think that in the case of Tae, he is very stubborn, and he's very like explosive enough to be like, okay, I don't want to be here anymore. He's someone that he knows when is the right moment to walk away. Very different from Jimin's energy, that sometimes Jimin just stays a little bit longer, hoping for things to work out and to be okay. And sometimes he does get caught up in toxic situations or patterns just because he doesn't want to let go of that person. In the case of Tae, it's more of a free soul. But what happens with Tae is that Tae has a very reactionary kind of temper. When he gets upset or when he gets hurt, he reacts. He doesn't say anything. He just reacts. And I'm seeing here, his defense mechanism is to walk away and to just cut all connections and all communications. And I think that sometimes this is a bit immature, because I think that sometimes it's very healthy to walk away from connections that are not good for you, but sometimes it's also healthy to be able to let that person know why you're leaving. Have a less conversation. Don't just react and walk away and act all hurt and all like as if your pride was hurt, because relationship is not about pride. It's about you being humble enough. But I think that he must have his reasons, because he does have the King of Cups here. So obviously he needs to heal himself. I think that he had been feeling very emotional lately, and he didn't feel like reciprocated. So I think that if this relationship or this friendship is ending, it's because he wants a different kind of connection, probably one that he can feel where he can be himself. And a lot of things in his life are actually like, or are going to be in the next 6 months, like falling apart, in the sense, especially his private life, in the sense that he's going to be able to see, um, and to do like some kind of review about his personal choices or the people around him. I think that when he was a bit younger and a bit naive, he used to befriend everyone, and he used to be like very willingly to be be friends with everyone. And now he's starting to see that there are a lot of connections and a lot of acquaintances, but it's like no one is a true friend. So probably this has to do with him actually being like, okay, I need to break this. I need to like do some cleaning in my list of acquaintances, because I don't see friendship actually. I see, like I always say, I see acquaintances. And it's not because he's not a good friend. I actually see him very eager to make friends. He is very friendly. But somehow from the other side, the intentions are not the same. So it's normal that somehow he can sense from time to time that things are not equal, or maybe that probably this person reaches out to him whenever they need a favor or something like that. So I think he's opening his eyes to a new reality when it comes to people that are surrounding him. And I think that it also could talk about his family or maybe relatives, that it's like they all prey on him. I don't know why, but they are like all over him, like calling him and congratulating him, but they are like always there, like waiting to get some kind of prize or some kind of present or some kind of gift. I don't know. It's a bit weird. This is why I'm saying that he must have his reasons to end this. But at the same time, I think that he needs to let these people know. He needs to be more communicative, because I think that he just, I don't know, he's very like I said, he reacts, he get up and he just leaves the room, and he just leaves that person without saying a word. And I think that sometimes to be able to speak your truth or how you feel, or tell that person that hurt your feelings, it's going to be more healing for him to be able to say those words, and not to just like for it to keep battle inside of him. So then with the Hierophant, the Four of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles, definitely he wants a change. He wants to rest. He wants and I think that there's something about the company because the company is represented by this Hierophant like reversed. There's something like that I always say that because of his moon in Aries, they always it's very like passionate, and it's very normal to see in Tay's reading that he's upset about something. But here he is like actually going with the flow, in the sense that if he gets some vacation or something like that, he's just going to wait patiently to get it. He's not fighting with anyone anymore. So I think that for him, I don't know, seeing this this Hierophant upside down, I mean in reversed, I think that there's something about how he views the management or the company or something like that, where he sees that things are changing, and that probably like the rules are a bit more like that the rules don't apply to them anymore, like he can be a bit more free, and that at the same time things are changing in the company. So he definitely sees like a lot of old paradigms are like starting to change, and probably a lot of people with open mind or with a more flexible mindset are starting to participate from the big decision making. So he's like, he just doesn't want to, he's not interested actually. I think that there's a bit of instability still in these new changes that the company is facing, but it's all because they are in this period of adaptation. So it's not that they are not okay. It's just that they are like they're adapting to the changes, and so is he. He just doesn't want to talk about business. I think that when I did the reading for Namjoon, I was able to see that he was very interested in being updated about all the changes and everything that is going on when it comes to the company. But when it comes to Tay is like going with the flow. He has a feeling that something is going to change, and he's just there like he just wants a vacation, and he's waiting patiently to have that vacation. But I think that he's going to feel a bit more relaxed, because I think that the fact that he made these decisions regarding his personal life is also going to give him like more space in his mind and in his heart to be good with himself, to be like patient with himself, to be able to relax and have fun and have no worries. So I don't see him like actually being mentally stressed or physically like ill. No, not at all. I think he's going to feel very light actually in spirit. um but then we have the six of pentacles, the 10 of pentacles, and the page of cups. And yes, here it comes the resistance. In the sense that there's something about Tate that he always thinks, and this is about money, but there's something about him that he always thinks that what he's getting is not fair. And I laugh because I like Tay. I like his energy because he's very blunt, he's very honest, and actually the fact that that I can see this and that I can tell you this is because he's letting me see it. So obviously he's someone that he is no fool, and at the same time he's very observant, and yes, he does observe what the others get and what he gets, how much opportunities does the other have, and what he has. um and I know that a lot of people probably are going to be, oh, that's petty, or that's selfish. And actually, no, it's not, because I think that there's something about Tay. I talk about this in my other videos, my older videos about him. He doesn't handle well rejection. And I think that from the start, there was something about him that actually a lot of people looked down on him, and a lot of people like treated him very differently because they thought he didn't have potential. So when he became that popular in the group and that influential, he started to gain confidence, and at the same time he started to be like, oh yes, like to build this kind of confidence and self-awareness of how much he how valuable he is for the group, and how his influence is really important, and how what he represents in the group, that actually he's growing a lot. And when I say this, I please don't want any solo stance in my comment section talking about Tay fighting the other members or the other members being against Tay. I just don't see that. And I just cannot stand that kind of negativity, because Tay, it's a grown man, and he doesn't despite his members. Actually, he's very close to his members. He can have differences with them because he's someone that he is very honest. So he can have days where he has a kind of argument with some of them, but he doesn't hold on to grudges. He just works things up. and he just fixes things when there's tension. And of course that in this state in their career, sometimes these differences are about money. So because they do work for money and they are business partners somehow, so definitely there are like a lot of things where if other gets an opportunity, he wants them for themselves at the same time. So I think that it's it's really good. I think that it's very brave of him to actually be like, I want my share. You know, I want my part. You promised this to me. You promised that if I work hard, I want this, and now I want this. And I think that this is something that he's always speaking from a place of, I have showed you with actions and I have showed you, and here are the results of my work. So you can look at it, so you can see that it exists. So please give me what I deserve. So I think that in this case, he can sound a bit proud, but at the same time, he's right about the demands that he does. And at the same time, I think that it's okay because he puts some people in power in their places. You know, because sometimes I think that you need this kind of person to be like, oh, yes, yes, I'm very thankful for everything that you've done to me, but I'm a star and I know my value and I know my influence and I know my hard work. So I love this kind of businessman uh, of Tay, because it's actually about money and stability. He's like counting his penny. Probably he wants to buy something because here with the Ten of Pentacles, he wants definitely more stability, financial stability for his family. Or probably he's thinking about starting a family on his own, or he's thinking about building the foundation of his. I don't know if he owns his own house yet, but if he doesn't, he probably wants to buy one. He wants to build the foundation to be a very stable citizen, a very stable man, and he wants also his business to be very organized when it comes to finances. But at the same time, there's something here with the Page of Cups in reverse that if I was him, actually, I would advise him not to make business with family members. I think that there's something about Tay's family or Tay's side of his family, probably uncles or someone like that, that are very fishy or that are very sneaky, that I don't like their energy, because I think that they seem very loving, and they go with him from this place of being really loving and attentive to him. But I think that they could actually convince him to do a kind of investment, you know, kind of invest in something that actually is not going to work out for him, and he's going to lose money. So I would advise him to not follow his heart, or to not do business with family members, or to do not give money to family members. Just let your family build their own money. Don't give them your money, because I think that these people could actually cause him problems and troubles when it comes, and losses when it comes to his financial, and he had worked so hard for that money. So I think that he definitely he could be in potential, like very shady kind of transactions with family members. So I would advise him to do keep your head cold and rational. Don't get your emotions mixed in, because I see them like his family being like, oh yes, we know this family member that he loves you very much and he wants to do a business with you, you know, and him be like, oh okay, yes, because I don't know, I love him, or I remember he was so nice with me, or he was part of my childhood. There's something about his family side that I do not trust that much. I think that they are very interested in the money. They are very interested. And I think that this also talks about how Tay feels like he needs to provide for his family. He feels like he owes his family something, when actually I think that it's the other way around. I think that actually his family owes Tay a lot. I think that there's an old wound. I always talk about this, about Tay's energy. There's an old wound about Tay feeling like he wasn't really wanted in his family. So like he was like a kind of obstacle for their family to fulfill their dreams. Or probably they had a lot of financial instability when they had him when he was born. So he carries that memory with him. So now that he has money, he wants to compensate them. But I think that this is not how he works, because he could be left without a penny, and actually how can he provide for his future family or for his future children if he doesn't take care of what he has? So this is my advice for him. And then Lex, the card, the alchemy, I'm sorry. The card of the alchemy actually talks about the inner power and your ability to be able to transform and to transform all your reality. I think that this is why I always, whenever I read for him or the other members, I always say this, that I think that it's very important. These things that I read for them is not going to last forever. These are instances in their life. And at the same time, they are grown men, they have the power, they have the will, they have the intelligence to overcome things. So here with the alchemy, with the card of the alchemy, definitely is talking about Tay's willpower and Tay's inner power to overcome any obstacle and to be able to shift his reality into a better one, and to be able to transform his moments of not feeling so well, to transform them into a better reality. He is the owner of his destiny. He's no one's victim. Of course that there are moments of sadness and disappointment. This is normal for everyone. We all go through this, and he could potentially be going through this or had been going through this, but energies will shift for him, will change. And I'm glad to see him that he's now no longer so upset, because at the beginning of the year when I did a reading for him, there was so many cards of wands that he was so angry at someone, and I didn't know who this person was, but he was so angry. And now that I can see that there are so many pentacles and so many cups, I'm like, okay, now he is like, his energy is more mature. He still has a lot of work to do about himself and about his flexibility, because sometimes he can be a bit blinded by stubborn. He can be a bit too stubborn sometimes. It's like he gets blinded and he thinks that he's right, and he just doesn't let go of that vision. He needs to be more flexible. But yes, with the alchemy, definitely he does have the power. He does have the power to also to influence people, to seduce people, to enchant people. So this is his power. This is why he's so valuable. This is why his role in the group is so important. And I think that this is not from a place of being like he's better than the others. No, I'm talking about his energy. His energy that needs to be respected. This is why whenever I talk about him, I always emphasize like the good and the bad, like his attributes, his good traits, and then his defects, because he definitely has defects as well. But he's learning. He's someone that he's always learning. He's growing, and it's part of life. So let's wish him the best. Let's send him love. So please don't take these messages like too at heart. Just flow with the energies. Flow And just the only thing that you can do and we can do as fans is to wish him to become wiser and to become like a better version of himself. That's the best thing that we can do for him, and not to make like a strange, like some kind of conspiracies or some kind of like, let's not waste our energies in this. He's doing well and he is working for his stability. So he is maturing, he's growing up. So guys, this is all I have for BTSB. Of course, if you are in ARMY, I would love your feedback. And if you like the video, please don't forget to like the video. It would mean a lot to me. And share it with other fellow ARMYs if they are fans of me. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.